it's different times and different times of day in different places, but I'm here in California, and so we're talking California time. In fact, talking about it, it's Tuesday here, the 15th, which means this evening we're going to have a live at 6 p.m. So the 15th, that's today, it's Tuesday, at 6 p.m. California time. Make sure you get online and join us, and we'll have a good time. I'm looking forward to it. I always enjoy all the questions and comments, and it seems to go really fast. We probably went a little too long last time. I try to keep it down, but there was just so much to talk about when it came to our road trip. But we'll come up with something today as well, and I hope you join us. That's at 6 p.m. California time. All right? Okay. So today I thought we would go over 4 chords in the form of a little ditty, okay, that you can use as an exercise to move around with those chords. And the chords are actually the G, the A, the C, the D, and back to G. But we're not going to do it in the first position. We're actually going to move up the fingerboard up to the 10th fret. And we're going to do that, okay? So before you get started, though, you need to know that when I'm picking and using my fingers, and you'll notice today I chose not to use a thumb pick, but I'm just using my bare fingers, and this thumb is going to be dedicated for the most part. I move it around a little bit, but for the most part, strings 4, 5, and 6, that's the thumb's job. And these 3 fingers take care of strings 1, 2, and 3. So it looks like this. Something that's good to practice, pick a chord, any chord, and just practice that. And at first it'll be very awkward, but as you go along, it'll become more fluent. Okay? So, but that is how I'm going to be picking, if you're wondering. All right, good. Now, that's not to say that you can't use a pick, and as we go through these chords, you could just use a pick and strum, okay? But it will sound a whole lot better if you use your fingers, okay? All right, so here we go. So the first chord that we're going to do is going to be found at the 10th fret, and it looks like this. I'm putting the chord chart up there, and you'll notice it's telling you only to play 3 notes, right? And you're playing strings 5, 4, and 3. And you'll also notice there's a little 5 by the letter G. That's because it's telling you it's a power chord. Well, you have to know the definition of a power chord to understand why that 5 is there. Basically, a power chord is made up of 2 notes. It's made up of the root, which is, in this case, G. And we can also call it number 1, okay? The number 1 note, or the root note, is G. And then the 5th, is the 5 would be the 5th, which you would just keep going. This is G. You start all over again. A, B, C, D. The 5th is D. So the power chord for G is made up of 2 notes, G and D. The 1st and the 5th. Okay, got that? Now you'll say, but you're playing 3 notes. Well, that's because the note that I'm playing with my pointer finger, that's a G. The note that I'm playing with my ring finger, That also is a G. It's an octave higher. Okay? But they're the same notes. So you're still playing two notes. You got G, G, and then the D is the middle finger. Okay? All right, so that's a power chord. And generally with a power chord, you just play those three notes. That's G. And in this case, we're gonna pluck it. And you'll notice I moved the fingers out of position. Wouldn't that be the first one, right? You could use the thumb though and do it correctly. But what I did was move. All right, so that's G. So now we're going to go to the A chord. Well, to make this A chord, you got it up here. You got it barred. You make the E shape barred. That's A. That's at the 5th fret. But in this case, we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to use the C shape, except we're going to slide all the way up to the 10th fret. And we're just going to be playing strings 5, 4, skip 3, and 2. 2 is what you play. And in this case, I'm doing something different. It doesn't show up in that chord chart. I'm just taking my pinky finger and I'm laying it down at the 12th fret first string. It kind of gives it. Have to do that. You could just play those three notes. Okay? It's up to you. I think it just sounds better. Okay? And so that's an A. It's I'm gonna pick up this note here. So I just leave it in the C shape, which is easy, and pick that up. Okay, so there's your A. And then we're going to go to the C chord, which is just make the F shape like you do down here and slide it up to the 8th fret. And there's your C. Okay, there's C down here, there's C. Okay, sometimes I'll leave the E string or the first string open, but you can, if it makes it easier, you can do that. Or just, make the full F shape and press it down. Okay? So what do we have so far? Okay, so we got that so far. There's the C. And then we go to the D, which can be found here. There's the chord chart for that. Basically, the first finger's on the 5th fret, first string. Middle finger's on the 3rd string, 7th fret. Ring finger is on the 2nd string, 7th fret. And you can play this D here. That's the 4th string. So you're playing 4 strings there. There's another place to find D. You could do the power chord. There's the chord chart for that. It's just those 3 notes. That's a D there. So it could sound like this. And you end it with a G. But in this case, so that's the chords I wanted to show you. It didn't take too long, but what will take long is you practicing them until you feel comfortable. Some of you it'll be faster than others. Some of you already know it. But it's just a good thing to know. All right? Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it right there. And don't forget, we're on live, 6 p.m. And, well, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.